I know. I keep on saying no Red Cat, no Exceed, no HSP, but you guys got to hear me out, man. There's like nothing out there to buy new. There's no new releases besides the SBK, and that's a bit of a bust. And all the vintage Nitros on eBay are just, they're off their freaking chain at what they're asking for some of this stuff. So I got this thing off eBay for $317 shipped, and it is supposed to be an 8-scale Truggy. It's supposed to be the Battle. But the box is marked Savagari. So, well, what did I get? Did I get the 8-scale monster truck or did I get the Truggy? I don't know. And then there's another one called the Blue Rocket, which I guess is better than the Red Rocket. And the Blue Rocket looks kind of like a, what does that thing look like? Annie Rilarlo, help me out with this. What is that? Oh yeah, not a Subaru. But this is actually the Blue Rocket 2 from AFA Racing. And on the box is showing us a pull start V35, which is your VX18, which is your classic, Red Cat motor. However, it says 8 scale. And then it says it's fully assembled chassis, add your own engine electronics. It's just kind of crazy because it says kind of ready to run on the top of the box. And it gives you the specs for the Nitro on-road car and the off-road Truggy, and it's showing the engine level is 18 to 20 CXP, which are small blocks. Then on the Battle side, it said new center gear, new V35 slide carb engine, and the lightweight version. And that leads us to one question. What's in the box? And despite what the box may say, that damn sure looks like a Truggy to me. Let's go and get this thing out the box and see what we got. So instead of the Savagari, it looks like we got the Battle. But wait, it's the Sea Rover and it's ready to run. It's an RTR Super Nitro, off-road Truggy, 4-wheel drive, and it's lucky number 7. And the craziest part is this, it apparently has an SNH 21 big block in it. I take that back. Crazy is it's 2026 and this damn thing has an AM radio. An AM radio. 2.4 gig has been around for 15 years. And really? You guys thought that AM radio went the way of the American Buffalo. But look at this thing, man. You got steering direction. You've got EPA, forward and, right and left. You got throttle EPA, which is your brakes and your full throttle. You've got throttle reverse. This thing is actually, for an AM, it's not bad. I just didn't think that AMs were even made anymore. 27.195 megahertz. Sure as shit, she's 100% AM. I mean, guys, check this thing out. She's got a 3mm aluminum chassis. She's got front and rear disc brakes. She's got a center differential hiding out in there. She's got dog bones. She's got pivot balls. She's got sway bars, actual sway bars. She's got aluminum caps on the shocks. They're not adjustable, but most importantly, she's got the pull start SH engine in her, the 21. She's also got aluminum chassis braces. She's got a place for a fuel filter. We didn't get one, but hey, at least there's a place for one. And she's got a little teeny tiny splash guard to keep your fuel off your brakes. Guys, for $317 for something brand new, I can't be mad at this thing. I truly can't. She's got a slide carb. She's got a steel spur. She's got a steel pinion on her. This thing is kind of intriguing. And also, there are 2 versions of this SH. There's the cheapie and there's a decent one. And let me get this fuel line out. You could always tell if you got the extra ribs on the front of the crank, that's the better of the 2 engines. So let me go grab a dozen of Bezo specials and we're going to check out the electronics on this thing. Well, guys, I can't say they're the quietest servos I've ever played with, but they seem to work. I guess the only thing we have to do is get some fuel in this thing, heat it up, and see if she'll make some noise. All right, guys, let's see if she'll run. I got her preheated. Let's see what we got her to. 154 degrees. We'll go with that. And as usual, classic Traxxas fuel. I'm going to run this stuff until I'm done with it. And we are going to crack the plug because this thing seems to have quite a bit of compression to it. Give her a little bit of tickle prime. With any luck, she'll make some nitro noise. Still don't see a whole lot of fuel going in there. You know, one more little tickle. That's not working out, so let us open up that low speed just a little bit. Let's assume she's not getting enough fuel, and that is just an assumption. Give her another tickle. So you guys, some days they start right away, other days they don't. Just for the hell of it, let's try another glow driver. Although that low C just came off the charger not too long ago. Well, that'll tear your arm up here real quick. So you know that guy's job, the one job he had to do was set the needles on this thing. That low speed needle was out 6 turns. The high-speed needle was out 5. So I reset them to 3, 3.5, and there should be enough fuel in this crankcase for this thing to run. And if in case she does run, we're going to carry her outside and put some heat cycles on her and try to make her a decent nitro. I promised my wife, no more running nitros inside the truck. I'll tell you what, she ain't running too bad. Not running too bad at all. I got 2 tanks through this thing. I got 4 heat cycles through it. I got up to about maybe 100, 190 degrees. Let me rephrase that, 180, 190 degrees. You know, that's a bigger swing. So I vote we throw the wing on this thing, get some wheels on this thing, and see if she sucks. Something tells me she's probably not going to suck. If nothing else, guys, she is definitely not ugly. She's not a bad looking rig at all. I mean, come on. How bad can a Sea Rover look? This thing's got some crazy, I guess what Kenny would call it, do-RC greebling. Auto carbs risk. TP fuels. My favorite part about this truck so far, it does not come back up. And I figured out it's not the shock fluid, it's that the pivot balls are that tight. But we're gonna go and ignore all that and get this thing outside and see if she, I'll be honest, let's see if she sucks. All right, guys, game plan is same old, same old. We're gonna take it out to the parking lot in front of my shop. You know, one day all these vehicles aren't gonna be here and we're gonna have a big old lot to play with, but if these vehicles weren't here, I couldn't afford all these nitros. All right, guys, 2026. Yeah, haven't bent it yet. We're just gonna run around without the body on it and have a little bit of fun with it. Oh yeah. Never hurts to turn it on after you put on that giant ass antenna. Cannot say this thing sucks. I can't say it's wonderful. No, she is still amazingly fat. And let me get you in there for a second. See where that high speed needle is? That thing was sticking out when I got it, as was the low speed needle. And I was able to get 165 degrees of head temperature out of this thing, and that's all she would do. But also we got a little over 5 minutes out of a full tank of fuel. So and I know she's going to run better once I get a couple more tanks to her, once I get some heat in her when I lean her out, because as she ran out of gas, she started hauling ass. But listen, would I recommend this thing to somebody? Not a novice. Because I mean, if you had an issue of like, you took this thing out of the box and this was your first Nitro, you would be screwed. I mean, there's no instructions on where to put the needles. So, you know, I just used pure experience how to get this thing to go. I mean, breaking it in, I think I got maybe 195 degree head temperature out of it, and I only ran 2 tanks through it. But I'll tell you what, guys, it doesn't suck. And I'm considering seeing what this thing does on the next time I run it when I lean it out. And if it doesn't run good, I got a whole bunch of SH28 sitting in the stock room. But listen, guys, I got to get busy. Take care. I'll see you on the next one.